I'm Danielle Bryk. I've been renovating homes for 10 years.
Look at these. I could use it for curtains now.
And I have a real passion for tackling tough home renovation projects.
Sorry. It's a spider.
This week, I'm going back in time. This 50s bungalow hasn't been updated in more than 50 years.
Nothing's really changed that much since 1958.
The Ward kids have finally convinced Mom and Dad something has to be done.
He thinks the cabinets have lasted 50 years, so whatever we get next is gonna have to live up to those standards.
Also, they want me to do it as a surprise for Mom, who's away traveling.
Honestly, if we get it wrong, we're all dead.
The house isn't helping either. The discovery of a support wall destroys my hopes of an open concept kitchen.
Oh my gosh. Like, this is directly below that wall.
And to top it off, daughter Naomi let me know that her mom is gonna hate what I'm doing.
My mother's going to freak out if she sees it.
Really?
Today is a first for me. I'm meeting an entire family who have finally had enough with their outdated kitchen.
Oh my gosh, 3 sisters. I'm so sorry. This is a beautiful home you have.
My family originally moved in here in 1958.
Original owners?
Were they? I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's kind of dated because a lot of the features are original, but there is just a life to it and an energy that matches the family. Where's Mom?
Our mother is on vacation at the moment.
So this is a surprise.
Yes, exactly.
Young is out of town. She's traveling for a month. The idea is that we're gonna get this done while Young is away, which really, really scares me.
I'm sure she's going to be thrilled.
That's either really, really sweet or really, really scary. Honestly, if we get it wrong, we're all dead.
Our mother has actually very modern taste.
With
She
a
likes the very
family.
zen sort of feeling. So
What is your style if you had to put a name on it?
I would say middle of the road, conservative.
Barry scares me. He's been in this house since he was 12.
If he's been resistant to change for this long, it's not gonna be easy. What is the main sort of focus of the renovation?
everything is a bit older in the house, but especially the kitchen. Nothing's really changed that much since 1958.
Wow! This could be a set for a 1960s movie. Very atomic age, Formica counters, pattern on the floor, wall mount controls for the appliances.
And I think like my mother is more interested in the aesthetic look of things. My father was an engineer, and he is very particular about things.
I want something that works.
Yeah.
The two approaches don't really always kind of meet on a common ground.
Why hasn't it happened up until now?
She's more interested in the cosmetic aspect of it, and I'm sort of looking for durability and functionality.
My dad kind of gets a bit of a bad rep because he is sometimes resistant to change.
She's always considered this my mother's kitchen,
Oh.
and she wants her kitchen.
This actually was Barry's childhood home. Now I see why this doesn't feel like it's her kitchen. Never has. This kitchen built in 1958 really doesn't suit us anymore, so it's time to bring it up to now. And I'll be very, very careful.
I think he's going to be probably the toughest critic that Danielle has to please.
A kitchen reno is pretty big, pretty involved. So how much do you want to spend on this project?
Our budget is $50,000.
And I do see the bulk of it going to transform this space, and then maybe we can just do some cosmetic things in the living room, dining room, make it a little fresher.
That's what we were thinking too.
Yeah?
For 30 years.
So how long do I have?
She'll be away for a month.
Oh, that could be bad. This is gonna be a really tricky job. I'm a little intimidated, I have to say.
The Ward family house is currently divided into a living room, dining room, and a small enclosed kitchen. I plan to remove the wall that separates the kitchen and dining room and run hardwood floors throughout. I will need to create a kitchen that is both functional and durable for Barry, and a kitchen Young can call her own. I'll freshen up the living room and dining room with a coat of paint and some new furniture.
It's kind of a bittersweet thing to get rid of these cabinets. There's sentimental value with these cabinets. There's just so much history here. It's amazing how strong these are. I'm actually gonna save a few of these doors. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them yet, but I can't get rid of them. So I'm hoping that I come up with something. This counter, I feel like I'm in a museum. Sorry. Woo, it's a spider. All I can say is I'm glad Barry's not here right now. One of the biggest things about this renovation is removing this wall, so opening up between the kitchen and dining room. That's really gonna create such a great flow. That's heavy stuff. It is heavy. Here's the thing, we are changing an opening in a bungalow, and we're assuming that this is not a load-bearing wall. This doesn't indicate that it's structural, but the age of the house, it would have been framed like that anyway. Framing's different now. If it's a structural wall, you've got your beams on the vertical. So what are the chances this is structural?
I give it 50-50. It's definitely carrying a little bit of load.
50-50? I don't like my odds. I'm gonna go to the basement and check it out, because this could be bad. Oh my gosh. Like, this is directly below that wall. It's structural. It's a big deal.
The Wards have presented me with my ultimate challenge for their $50,000 renovation.
Our mother is on vacation at the moment.
Oh, that could be bad.
They hope I can completely gut and redo their kitchen in time to surprise their mother, but at the same time, satisfy their father's demands.
My dad, he is sometimes resistant to change.
If that wasn't enough pressure, the open concept kitchen style I was striving for.
So what are the chances this is structural?
50-50. It's definitely carrying a little bit of load.
Just got more difficult to accomplish.
I don't like my odds. So the fact that we've got this foundation wall directly below that wall upstairs that we're taking out means that it's structural, like guaranteed. This is one of those houses where the joists go one way in one section and the other way in another.
The roof will be framed in the same way.
So yeah, they are fully resting on that wall. I really wanted to take the entire wall down between the kitchen and dining room so that I had a complete open concept. But now, because of the beam and the posts, it's really gonna shrink that opening.
And the other wall can't come down because it contains all the HVAC ducts for the heating system.
We just gotta deal with it, that's all.
As I wait for the engineer's drawing for the new structural beam, I need to get going on the rest of the renovation.
I don't want to change things up too much. I don't want this house to be like completely unrecognizable to Barry. It's his childhood home. If there are things that we can salvage, I really want to do it. There's details like this wallpaper which have to go, but other details like this flooring are actually really beautiful. And once we pare everything else back, it's gonna stand out as a very deco detail. One thing I am gonna do though is remove the grout in there and regrout them. That's gonna give them new life, make them look a lot better. I could use it for curtains now. I'm trying to bring the space up to date while still honoring the memories that are here. It's like they're getting exfoliated after years of dirt. This marble's been here for a long time, so it's actually in really good shape, but I'm just gonna add a sealer to it because it's a very high traffic area. This is all so clean now. And I think I'm gonna do a special custom piece on the wall just to honor the history of this house. So we've created our opening, the beam's been installed.
The engineer came by, and it's not that bad. Just a single reinforced beam to install.
So we're good to go. These existing hardwood floors are in fantastic shape, so it makes sense that we should salvage them. I'm really glad that we were able to find an oak strip flooring that matches. Well, because we can't open this kitchen up completely, but they still want that open concept feel, I want to run a continuous floor because that really helps with the flow. Whoever holds the gun is in control. Now I can really let loose. Hardwood in the kitchen, it's a touchy subject. I just hope the kids are telling the truth when they say their mom would be okay with this because this could be a deal breaker for her. So that's pretty much it. This is all down. And then next, we're gonna sand the entire main floor. And then we're gonna do a deep, rich brown stain on top of everything. It's gonna give that really nice, elegant contrast. The brick on the face of this fireplace is very specific to like a 1950s bungalow, so this dates the house immediately. This one element is the only thing left that doesn't really flow with the vibe we're going for. Now, we don't really have it in our budget to reface this, so I'm gonna paint it. Some people like to spray brick or they use some kind of a roller, but I'm old school. I like to just use the brush. The thing about painting brick is you need to get enough paint on it to get in the crevices, but then you have to keep going over just to make sure that there aren't drips, just to wipe those off, because it does start to drip.
Oh, hey, Naomi, how are you? I'm good, how are you?
Naomi's here, which is great. I want to see what she feels about the space because they've moved out as a family since they have no kitchen. And this is the first time she's seen it. Does it feel so open?
Yeah, it's so open, and I can't believe it after all this time. I just honestly never thought it would get done.
Oh my gosh.
So it's great. Yeah, no, everything looks really amazing. I just have a little bit of concern about the fireplace. I think it looks really cool, but I don't think my mom's gonna like it.
Really?
The painted brick is a disaster. My mother's going to freak out if she sees it.
The Wards desperately need me to redo their kitchen and touch up their living and dining rooms.
My family originally moved in here in 1958.
It has never been updated.
A setback forced me to scale back the kitchen opening to the dining room.
It's structural. It's a big deal.
And now a concern from Naomi has me freaking out.
The painted brick is a disaster. My mother hates it. I've seen her complain about it on other people's houses and stuff like that, so.
Really? Now they tell me this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't strip it now, like it's on.
I don't think we have any choice. I just think that this is going to...
Oh, it's gonna throw her off because it's the first thing you see when you walk in.
Exactly.
We're gonna have to come up with some more money. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to talk to your dad about that, or do you want me to call?
Yeah, let me do that. I just don't, like, this is gonna, I think, upset her.
Like, I think it could cost $1,500 to $2,000 to do.
Okay.
I don't know
I'm
what
so sorry to do this to you. I really am.
okay.
She'll kill me if there's a painted brick.
Okay, I guess I won't continue then. Don't let him come here and see this, okay?
Okay.
So we are indeed changing the face of the fireplace. We're gonna create some framing using these metal studs. You can see this is off-center. We're gonna make this framing larger to match that, so now it'll be symmetrical. It's really gonna anchor this room. I'm much more artistic with a spray paint can. So I'm going to paint this all white just because the size of it is really so big. I don't want it to be too overwhelming in the room. I think this adds a really nice sense of formality to this space, and I think they're gonna love it. Kitchen time. I'm so glad that we are at this stage. We're installing the cabinets already. And it's a good thing because Young is, you know, she's coming home very soon. Barry was so attached to those cabinets, and they were fantastic workmanship, I will give him that. But we really could not refresh this kitchen without changing them. Oof. Boom. Level. If Barry's gonna fall in love with a new kitchen, it's because it functions properly and better than his last one. It's not enough that these are pretty, they have to work. Pardon me? This kitchen needs to be special. I need there to be a wow factor. I need Young to walk in and be blown away. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. So the countertops are in. We've got this nice white quartz, and now we're gonna be installing the backsplash, and I've decided to go with solid slab Carrara marble. Installing a tile backsplash is one thing, but using slabs of marble is on a whole other level. If it isn't done properly, it could crack. Whoa, that one was easy. You first need to spread silicone on the wall, and with suction cups, you gently ease the marble into place.
That's the worst one is over.
Woohoo! Good job. I really feel like this is the detail that will seal the deal for Young, that she'll walk in here and be blown away. So these are the old cabinet doors from the kitchen. Barry's been living in this kitchen for 50 years, and I want to find some way to make him comfortable with this renovation. I feel that Barry's got sentimental attachment to these cabinets, so I want to salvage at least part of it, the doors. There's nothing practical that I can do with these doors, but I can use them in an artistic way. I don't know what I'm more nervous about. Young's reaction to us having redone the house without consulting her, or Barry being overwhelmed and disappointed by what I've done. You know, this really could go wrong on both levels.
The Wards are hoping for a miracle with this renovation.
It's been about 30 years that my parents have both lived in this house. It has never been updated.
Not only am I trying to update Mr. Ward's family home and deal with his high expectations,
If he's been resistant to change for this long, it's not going to be easy.
I'm also designing for Mrs. Ward, who's been away for the last month.
So this is a surprise.
Yes, exactly.
Plan.
I was forced to compromise on the opening to the dining room,
It's structural, guaranteed.
and then, unexpectedly, forced to change the design of the fireplace.
I think it looks really cool, but I don't think my mom's gonna like it.
Really?
Have I done enough to please the Wards?
Barry is on his way from the airport right now with Young, and I'm not gonna lie, I am really scared. I'm scared of her.
We know our mom doesn't really know what she likes, but she knows exactly what she doesn't like.
What happened to my house? Oh my goodness. I thought maybe this is I'm walking into somebody else's house.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you. Welcome back.
Oh my God, she's so stylish and beautiful. I'm dead.
I didn't have any idea that this is gonna happen. This is a real great surprise.
You recognize these, of course, don't you? I do.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
They were made with such craftsmanship, and I really wanted to preserve some of the
Oh, my
character of this
goodness.
home.
So it's a good combination of the new and the old.
Oh, good. So the main focus was the kitchen, but we did do a refresh everywhere else. So come and see.
This is unbelievable. I really like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. What the kids told me was that you preferred something maybe a little bit brighter, a little bit more modern. So I've just tried to kind of lighten things up a little bit.
Danielle did exactly what I envisioned.
Well, look at the fireplace. This is a bit of a...
Fantastic.
The fireplace is now the focal point of the room. I've made it symmetrical, so it's centered now, and it really can anchor the space.
It always bothered me that the actual fireplace wasn't in the center.
I think it was worth it to spend extra money on the fireplace because in the end, we don't have something that sort of distracts from the rest of the room.
Your new kitchen.
Overwhelming. Just a great change.
The most important part of the kitchen renovation was opening the wall and connecting these two spaces. I know it must have been hard to give up the cabinets and just all of the history behind it.
Not when you see this.
I just thought he was so stuck on all of those childhood memories that he wouldn't be able to appreciate a new space. But I was wrong.
It's somewhat mind-boggling, but it's just fantastic.
The kitchen is a mix between classic and contemporary. It's classic because of the details in the cabinetry, the choice of stone, but modern in that the lines are very, very clean. I know it can be overwhelming, especially that we sprung this on you like this, but are you okay with it?
It's amazing.
I'll soon forget about the old ones.
Good.
It's very good.
Yeah, I can tell both our parents really love it, and that's a huge sense of relief for us.
Barry, I know you were very concerned with workmanship and quality.
Yeah.
And so budget-wise, what this breaks down to is $27,000 for all of your finishes, appliances, furniture, and then $23,000 for labor. And then we went a little bit over on the fireplace by about $1,400.
Great value for our money, Gio.
That's right.
Seeing the results, I'm glad I waited the 25 years.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Good job, guys, all of you.
and Barry for taking this on. And
Thank you, everybody. Let's enjoy now, right? Yeah.
Seeing them happy, everybody happy about the space, it's such an energizing thing for me, and it is why I do this job.